While the Crane and Lion are occupied by their feud in the Osari Plains, and the rest of the clans each deal with their own challenges, the Crab Clan stands as the keepers of the Carpenter Wall, the southern border of Rokugan, and the only real line of defense against the horrors that prowl in the Shadowlands. Hida Kasada, champion of the Crab Clan, stands on the wall with his 3 children, Yakumo, Sukune, and Oushi, overlooking the movement of the Shadowlands army below. The army of the Shadowlands would hit them hard soon, and he needs to devise a way to push them back. The Crab Clan deal with this reality on a consistent basis, constantly defending, pushing the enemy back, and patching up damaged areas of the wall. The Crab Clan takes this task seriously, and they do it well. However, their supplies have begun to run thin. Even more pressing, their stores of jade are running out. Jade, a precious stone that holds enormous value to most denizens of Rokugan, also has the ability to slow or stop the taint of the Shadowlands from spreading. Every time soldiers are injured or killed by Shadowlands weapons, or even exposed to the area for too long, they can become tainted and turn into monsters that continue to refill the ranks of the Shadowlands army. Despite numerous missives and messengers sent to the Emperor for aid, every response comes back with disappointment. The Crab cannot seem to find help from the very empire they sacrificed their lives to protect. Regardless, Hida Kasada and the Crab Clan must still do their duty. Kisada, an expert strategist, prepares his children and troops for an assault on the army below. In the ensuing battle, fighting goblins, undead, and Oni alike, one particular Oni, in obsidian armor, surprises Kasada, challenging him to a direct duel. The beast towers over Kasada's already large size, and Kasada, though still a great warrior, struggles through the pain of age as the beast relentlessly swings at him. All of a sudden, a crab Bushi aids the champion in the duel, giving Kasada the help he so desperately needs. The Bushi tells Kasada that Sukune, his son, who had stayed on the walls to ready the crab's siege weapons, was awaiting his signal. The mysterious Bushi holds off the Oni as Kasada runs back towards the wall and sends the signal to the siege weapons to fire on the army below. The rocks, stakes, and boulders of the crab siege engines fire into the front lines of the Shadowlands army, giving the crab troops time to regroup and continue the fight. After the battle, smoke and dust rise from the stacks of dead monsters and troops alike. Kisada sends someone to find out if the Bushi who aided him in the fight against the Oni is still alive. His daughter Oushi reports that some goblins snuck past the wall during the battle, and Kasada's son Sukune is afraid that they may not have enough jade to clear the area of the taint. Finally, the body of the Bushi who aided Kasada in his fight against the obsidian-clad Oni is brought to him on a stretcher. The body was found underneath the dead Oni. He takes the Bushi's mask off to see a samurai from his family, a young woman named Hida Tomonatsu. He panics a bit internally, remembering the times each of his children put on armor for the first time. Would this conflict end their lives early, as it did Hida Tomonatsu? He arranges to give her a proper funeral with full honors, while he watches the dark plumes of smoke rise from the cinders of burning bodies, each being burned to prevent further spread of the taint. How much smoke and death would it take for the Emperor to finally act and bring them what they so desperately need? Meanwhile, at Starry Heaven Sanctuary, Isawa Atsuko leads her student Nobu in a meditation, helping guide him for his first time through the realm of void. As they sit and focus on their meditation, drifting off, Atsuko feels a tug. She sends her student out of the meditation as she stays to find out what is going on. Eyes closed, Atsuko uses her scrying bowl to comprehend the churn of the void. Peering within the bowl, she sees the purple and fur robes of a rider on horseback, a carven antler flashing silver, wings of gold unfurling, a gleaming ruby glow between them, cracking in two. The sun and moon trading places, plunging the world into darkness. The darkness writhed and twisted, growing darker and longer into a shadowy form. Everywhere this dark form creature touched, blood ran like a river, and darkness continued to spread, blotting out the sun. The dark figure was heading east, toward the rising sun, toward the Imperial Palace. Even after sending her student out of the Void Realm, she could tell this vision had affected him, and the wails of other people throughout the temple told her that it had affected them as well. She immediately sends a telepathic message to another powerful Void Shugenja, Isawa Kaede. Was this a warning about the dangerous sorcery practiced by the Unicorn Clan, called Meishodo? The Phoenix Clan Shugenja has suspected the Unicorn's magic of Meishodo as dangerous and heretical for some time now. The Phoenix don't understand how it works, if the blessings really do come from the Kami, or if they instead come from demons. The Unicorn keeps the secrets of their magic very close to their chests. These visions were rippling through the void itself, and so Kaede decides she has to act. She travels to the Imperial City during the Chrysanthemum Festival, an extremely festive affair compared to the funeral proceedings of the Emerald Champion Doji Setsume. She finds Seppun Ishikawa, captain of the Seppun Honor Guard. She tells him of the potential threat to the Emperor and to the Empire as a whole, and that the darkness originates from the unicorn's use of talismanic sorcery, Meishodo. She asks if the Seppun Guard have the tools to fight such a threat, and asserts that even if they do, the risk to the Emperor is too great, and he should forbid the use of Meishodo by the unicorn. Ishikawa agrees, but notes that clans like the Crane and Dragon, who ally themselves with the Unicorn clan, would be agitated by the move, and that the Unicorn would be outraged by the Emperor refusing this form of service. Ishikawa then suggests that if the danger actually lies in not knowing the secrets of Meishodo, maybe then the Unicorn could submit to teaching their ways to the Hidden Guard. Kaede is not so sure the Unicorn would agree to such an arrangement and just insists that the Emperor be told all the details of this impending danger. As they speak, the parade of the Chrysanthemum Festival continues, each clan bringing samurai, shugenja, and courtiers alike to represent their clans and traditions before the Emperor during the festival. Kaede watches as the Unicorn clan comes forth, riding their horses in a synchronized pattern. A Unicorn Shugenja in the show holds up a golden winged talisman with a ruby gem. Kaede immediately rushes to the Realm of Void, trying to see if something will happen this very day during the festival. In the alternate spirit-like Realm of Void, she not only sees the festival and parade, but also all the souls from all of time packed into the avenue. She strains to find the thread in time where the Unicorn Shugenja stood. She sees it for just an instant, a shadowy creature of smokeless fire, horned and bestial, trying to pry itself loose from some invisible binding force. Her vision is interrupted by a cry from the crowd, one of joy, not fear. Unicorn finished their display, and Kaede turns to Ishikawa, telling him what she saw. He tells her that he will tell the Emperor about everything they talked about, but gave no promises as to what the Emperor would decide to do. Would he forbid the use of Meishodo for good, or would he allow the Unicorn to use his talismanic magic only if they shared its secrets with the Seppun Guard? This was the decision presented to the newly crowned Hatamotos of the Kikumatsuri tournament at Gen Con 2017. The Emperor sends Ishikawa to speak with the Unicorn ambassador Ide Tadaji. Unicorn were to teach the Meishodo to the Seppun Guard in order to help protect the Emperor from it. Ishikawa suggests that Ayuchi Sheihai be sent to the Imperial City to stay and teach the practice. Tadaji is hesitant to take the only daughter of the Ayuchi family daimyo away from her home, but this was a great mercy considering the amount of pressure he knew the Phoenix clan were placing on the Emperor. He leaves, accepting the deal given to him. Unicorn clan would have to accept it as well. Shinjo Tetsuo of the Unicorn clan investigates stories from the tiny unicorn village of Koso. His Shugenja companion, Ayuchi Rime, questions some of what he views as superstitious peasants. Regardless, his patrol has to investigate the rumors of dead pigs, odd sounds at night, and movement seen near the edge of the forest in the distance. A flattening of dry grass catches Tetsuo's eye. These tracks don't look human. The earth looks flattened, almost as if something was dragging something heavy behind it. They follow this depression in the ground until the trail ends in a spot concealed from the village's sight. Whatever this thing is, it is intelligent. Tetsuo decides that they have to follow the tracks further south, outside of Unicorn territory, and into what is mostly empty Imperial territory. He doesn't want whatever this thing is to come back and terrorize more villages. Day after day goes by as Tetsuo, Rime, and their mounted Ashigaru pursue the tracks. It is moving fast. They continue to follow until they reach the western edge of the Shinomen Mori, a huge primordial and wild forest. What could this thing be? Where could it be headed? If it continued south, it would be heading into the lands of the crab. What if this was some sort of dark creature that had made its way past the wall and all the way north into the lands of the Unicorn? He has no proof one way or the other, so he decides to continue forward. 2 days later, they see smoke coming from deeper within the forest. They head into the forest to investigate the smoke, not to find a monster, but instead a group of Crab Clan Ashigaru and samurai led by Kaiu Shuichi, a Crab Clan engineer. Shuichi is there to chop trees for large beams to be used in repairs of the northern end of the Carpenter Wall. Tetsuo tells them of their pursuit and tells them that they suspect their quarry may be even further south. Much further south. Shuichi says that that's impossible, adding that they have been scouting the vicinity constantly for any sign of Shadowland's taint. But he does admit that some of the workers have gone missing, and he had found a brief track similar to what Tetsuo had described but 6 days earlier. The creature Tetsuo was chasing couldn't have been here 6 days ago, which meant There must have been more than one of these things. Not one, but 2 clans are now potentially at risk from this unknown threat. Whatever these things were, they had to be found. Tetsuo decides to leave his Shugenja Rime with Shuichi while he takes his patrol and a crab scout, Harumi Kogoe, deeper into the forest to see if the answers lie there. After tracking through the forest for some time, Tetsuo stumbles across what sounds like 2 voices in conversation, but nothing of it sounds Rokugani. The voices come from what look like 2 boulders standing alongside a pool. Tetsuo sees one of them move. Not boulders, but instead creatures, 2 of them, 15 feet in length, rearing up on long tails, hissing in a language Tetsuo doesn't recognize. Facing a pair of giant serpent creatures that have had to have come from the Shadowlands, Tetsuo unknowingly breaks his silence for just a moment. One of them stops talking and turns to look directly at him. Thank you for watching this L5R lore summary. Please feel free to check out the stories that I cover in this video. Let us know what you think and stay tuned for much more.